Alright, today I'm going to be using the Priest style to see if it's strong enough to solo the raid all on its own. So I got the upgrades for the Priest right here. We've got 5 cooldown and 2 damage. I would have done all cooldown, but I upgraded damage prior to the nerf that Priest had. And here's the build I'm running. Of course, I got Prodigy on the Priest. We got the Bat and the White Pigeon Pet, the Comedy and the Oni Mask. And I'm going to be running cooldown reduction and attack to reduce cooldown speed. And the perk I'm going to be using is Undead. Normally I would be using double damage, but I want to spam the cooldowns on this weapon since it's the only way it's able to attack. There's not much else to say, so let's see if the Priest can do this after the nerf. Alright, I just loaded in. This may be the first time, if anybody has seen any videos on my channel, that I have a weapon that isn't at 100 mastery. That's because the 100 mastery Priest move, it doesn't do any damage, so I don't see any benefit for this video. So I just got it at 75 mastery. We got 234 damage for that move, 157, and a total of 617. And gotta use a move and just wait for cooldowns. Alright, we finally got Undead. It doesn't actually reduce cooldown speed, but it reduces the cooldown requirement, which yeah, the cooldown is faster, but it's like it just skips some time in the cooldown bar, if anybody has noticed that. Completely missed that one. Finally get to pop our first ult. 2 minutes in, and we've only done about 10% left. It's not looking good so far. I wish the ultimate move would give me undead meter gain. That'd probably be so much more helpful. thing I noticed during the fight is for some reason the solar burst move doesn't fill our perk meter. I think if our solar burst was actually helping us fill some meter, we would have a way better time with this boss. We got 6 seconds left. And he's got 6% health. We were so close. But it looks like the time has run out. Yep. Well, that was the first time I've ever seen the lose screen on the raid. Well, I understand that I miss the second move sometimes on the priest weapon, and that could have helped me get more meter gain for the undead perk, but it looks like the priest cannot solo. Maybe you can make the build a little bit different if you incorporate the AP passive, or you took out cooldown reduction and run these two instead. I don't think double damage would be stronger. I think undead is still better. But if the priest was soloing the raid prior to the nerf, then I definitely think that it 100% could have done it. But there you go. It looks like the priest is the worst weapon in the entire game in terms of damage. Because I'm pretty sure I could solo the raid with any weapon and beat it if they had 100 mastery and if I gave them all these stats, all these pets. But the priest style seems to be the only weapon in the entire game that cannot solo the raid and just has such low damage output. Alright, and one last thing, I want to give a shout out to Jar5680, Bexin Riku Mahu, and It's Hikaru here for suggesting me to solo the raid with the priest. And if anybody else has any more suggestions as for which weapon I should solo the raid next, please let me know in the comments, and thank you for watching.